Commission resumes public hearings in Pretoria. This week, one of the most closely watched judicial processes in South Africa resumed with public hearings of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry into criminality, political interference, and corruption in the criminal justice system. The commission, chaired by retired Constitutional Court Justice Mbuyiseni Madlanga, reconvened at the Brigitte Mabandla Justice College in Pretoria, hearing testimony from key witnesses and continuing to probe deep-seated allegations of corruption and collusion within the criminal justice apparatus. Officials emphasize that this phase of hearings is central to understanding how political influence, organized crime, and senior law enforcement conduct may have intersected in ways that undermine the rule of law in South Africa. President Ramaphosa accepts interim report and orders action. In a major development this week, President Cyril Ramaphosa publicly accepted the Madlanga Commission's interim report, which was formally submitted to him on 17 December 2025. The presidency confirmed that the interim document includes recommendations for immediate criminal investigations, prosecutions, and disciplinary actions against individuals identified by the Commission. Following this, President Ramaphosa instructed the acting police minister Firoz Kakhalia and National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola to establish a special investigations task team. This unit is mandated to pursue the allegations referred by the Commission with urgency and to act on evidence that the Commission determined warrants further action. Ramaphosa emphasized that law enforcement agencies must move quickly and decisively to implement the Commission's recommendations, underlining that no one should be above the law. Prima facie evidence against senior officials highlighted. Perhaps the most explosive development this week comes from the confirmation that the Commission has identified prima facie evidence of wrongdoing against a number of high-ranking officials. According to the interim findings endorsed by the presidency, allegations exist against senior South African Police Service (SAPS) figures, including Major General Lesija Sinona, Major General Richard Shibiri, Brigadier Mbangwa Nkwashu, Brigadier Rachel Mjeni, and Sergeant Fanny Ngozi. The report further names several current and former employees of the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality linked to corruption, fraud, perjury, and related unlawful conduct. While these are still prima facie allegations, meaning they are not final legal conclusions, the gravity of the accusations and the public nature of the Commission's processes have intensified debates about accountability and justice in the criminal justice system. Lesija Sinona testimony rattles the inquiry. This week's hearings were dominated by the testimony of Major General Lesija Sinona, head of the KwaZulu-Natal Hawks. Sinona, appearing before the Commission, faced intense questioning over claims that he offered to delay an investigation into controversial businessman Vusimuzi Ket Madlala in exchange for intelligence related to another senior SAPS official, Shadrack Sibiya. The allegations suggest that Sinona and Madlala, whom he acknowledged knowing socially and professionally, may have used high-level relationships and influence to manipulate investigative priorities within law enforcement. While Sinona's testimony is still unfolding, his statements this week have already prompted widespread public and political reaction, raising serious questions about internal SAPS culture and the nature of power within South African law enforcement. Continued confidentiality and Commission security issues. Parallel to this week's substantive hearings, there remains ongoing debates and concern over the confidentiality of the Commission's interim report. Presidential spokespersons have confirmed that parts of the document will remain closed to the public due to ongoing investigations and national security concerns. Observers note that while transparency is essential, some sensitive material, particularly involving active investigations and witness protection, must be handled with care. This balancing act has generated discussion among legal experts and civil society about accountability versus security. There have also been persistent warnings about impersonation attempts targeting the Commission's chairperson, Justice Madlanga, with false communications intended to misrepresent the Commission's work and tarnish its reputation. The Commission's spokesperson has reiterated that such actions could be criminally punishable, and efforts to preserve the integrity of the inquiry continue to be a priority for officials. These 5 developments this week signal a turning point in South Africa's most high-profile judicial inquiry in years. With testimony intensifying, evidence referrals underway, and formal government action now mandated, the Madlanga Commission is shaping the national political and legal agenda. If you appreciate clear, factual political reporting that cuts through the noise, please like this video, subscribe for continued updates, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps uphold informed public discussion. We will continue following these stories as they develop.